Good day everyone, I hope I find you well. Myself, I'm good. Like I go by the name Desire Pepe, aka Ngwakwa. Like today I would love to showcase, like about this, like a certain dwelling, like of the, like mice. This is where it burrows. As you can all know, like there are some, like ethnical groups, who consider, like mice, like edible. However, to some, like it's not the case, and it happens, like this certain mice, like in Ndebele or in Shona is called imbeba. Like as you can all see it, like however, like it happens, like they are, like the, like its predators, like as to the snakes, like just to urge you, you don't have to play that much, like with these holes, like, because like there might be a viper, like that goes, like in search, like of these certain mice, like these are other other holes, like where it is dwelling, where it burrows, like as you can all see, like however, like I myself, I'm gonna need, like in camera that is that can be that can zoom, so that like I can be able, like to share, like about the fauna and flora. As you can all know it, like the fauna and flora, the fauna, like like it gets agitated when it gets closer to it. Hence, that's why I'm saying, like if someone who can, like like give in a helping hand, like of providing, like in camera that sees, like that can zoom. Otherwise, it's a thank you family. God bless. Goodbye.